So, I'm a drummer, and I love Genshin Impact. Natlan and version 5.0 are right around the corner, and we have finally got the version trailer for version 5. Let's jump the hell on in and see what it's about.
Final phase. The winner of this match will take the final spot among the victors.
Also, I know a lot of the gamers know the drill. For those of you who are new to the channel and don't know the drill, we're going to watch it through one time, go back and kind of break down some of the musical elements and the storytelling they do through the music at the end.
And first-time finalist.
From this point forward, everything we know
I'm so
about the
excited
real
for all
world
the
no longer
percussion in
applies.
Natlan. I cannot wait.
Anything can happen here. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
The pilgrimage
Bells count as
is
percussion.
not merely a trial to determine the strongest among us, but also a stage upon which to showcase your individual growth.
The purpose of the pilgrimage is not only to select strong warriors, but also to collect contending fire.
Yo, that transition, that was crazy.
Natlan is only safe from the invasion of the
This
abyss.
freaking beat in the background is wild. His animations are so sick. His animations are so sick. I have zero need for another Dendro DPS, but I might pull.
Until the next pilgrimage.
Oh, look at that big ass giraffe! Look at the gyat on that thing.
I'm still not sure why our YUP chose me of all people. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the abyss.
Damn, look at
And
this.
so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able
Wow.
to be reversed little by little.
Look how good
Our
that
current
looks.
Archon achieved an overwhelming victory. The result was obvious from the beginning. I really want to win this time and become a true warrior.
Whoa!
But through our long history
Seaside
of fighting the
paradise.
Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple. The Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the capacity to read the memories of
The
this
what
land
now?
at any given moment.
The Abyss? Are we going there, right?
Only those who triumph over the abyss earn the right to be revived. Defeat not only means death, but also the destruction of your ancient name, preventing it from ever being inherited again.
Oh.
You heard something from here,
Oh.
didn't you?
Kinich, what is the meaning of this?
Only one way to awaken you all from your willful blindness. More sacrifices must be made.
You'll die if you try to make your way forward.
This is a long ass trailer.
You want to know why I won't give up?
I should have died 5 years ago. Take me as your next sacrifice.
Natlan is on the verge
That's
of
how I talk
destruction.
to her.
It's
Take
very
me as your
possible
next
our
sacrifice.
nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Once your ancient name disappears,
Oh,
there's
look at
no
that
coming back.
domain. Yo.
No! Why can't
Yeah.
I find him?
I-
Why?
I sense a nasty ass beat drop coming up.
Comes at a price.
My spidey senses are tingling.
That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power.
We shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
What use is the Gnosis in your hands?
There it is.
I don't know what you mean. But
Oh
it
my
sounds
God!
like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to
He's
me
throwing
to
down!
create new rules for Natlan.
Yo! He's throwing down!
Let our flames do the talking!
Her hair! Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at the text. Wow. Whoa, okay. Damn. That was a long one. Okay. Musically. There's a lot happening here. This might end up being a long video for me too. Musically, there's a lot happening here. All right, so this first section, they're showcasing a lot of Natlan, and a lot of it's just kind of like general background music. You know, there's not a lot of dynamic happening. It's just kind of there. They're showing beats, they're showing instrumentation. Like, and the cool thing about these version trailers, and we get it every time. You know, I remember like watching the Sumeru 3.0 first trailer when it dropped, and it's like getting that wash of like the whole experience. the visuals, the new area, the new characters, and then like the music and the audio aspect as well, which for a lot of people is every bit as important as the visual aspects. And it's what they're doing here too, and it's really exciting to hear. So you can hear right up here, hand drums, right?
Give it up for a long-time contender and first-time finalist.
Some whistles too.
From this point forward,
did you guys hear the whistles in there? Right there? That's funny. All right, so again, it's just general music.
Everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
And right here, we get a little bit of dynamic going with the narrative. The dynamic doesn't really ramp up until, you know, the very end like it did there. I knew my spidey senses were tingling too. And we'll circle back to that. So just here within the first 30 seconds, we've got, you know, hand percussion, whistles, chimes, bongos, congos, all kinds of stuff. And then it moves right over to this,
the real world no longer applies.
with just like these dark, harrowing bells.
There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
And you can hear like a really deep drone in the background, which just adds like a lot of tension and darkness to that. And then we circle right back around. This right here.
The purpose of the pilgrimage is not only to select strong warriors, but also
You hear
to
how much
collect
fun they're
contending
having with the beat?
Natlan is only safe from the invasion of the abyss, while the sacred flame burns eternal.
I know it's asking for a lot. I wish that like I wish they would drop the tracks at the same time that they drop these trailers, so I could go and like just listen to only the music right there, because that beat drop was like, there's sometimes a beat drop like at the end, you know, when we get into the face off, the big face off here, like that beat drop is obvious and it's hard and it's aggressive, and the dynamic there is just very, very intense. Right here, not the case. We get this little beat drop and it just kind of goes right into a whole vibe, right?
The purpose of the pilgrimage is not only to select strong warriors, but also to collect contending fire from the battles. Natlan is only safe from the invasion of the abyss, while the
there's so
sacred
much
flame
motion,
burns
so much
eternal.
movement in the percussion, and because they're mixing in, this is one of the things about like high-pitched percussion, is it can sound really cartoony really easy. So it's difficult to balance that. I know that from experience working in the studio. I have recorded so many takes with various forms of high-pitched percussion, and like even something as simple as a tambourine, it can sound too cartoony, it can sound too fun and lighthearted, and that's not always what you're looking for. And you just gotta find the right way to fill those textures while matching the tone of the song. And it's like right here, you got tons of high-pitched sound just bouncing all over. But like that's the vibe we want here, right? It's just like, yeah. And you might hear the contrast, the snare right there. It's all electric for this composition, and the snare is super low. It's not like a pop, pop. It's like a doof, 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 doof. And that's the contrast with the high-pitched percussion happening there to make sure you understand the separation.
Guess I'll have to
Otherwise,
wait
it would
until
sound
the
way
next
too muddy
pilgrimage.
if you put too many low-end percussion sounds together at the same time, especially if they're syncopated. Like there's a lot of syncopation, syncopation is where like you have two different instruments playing the exact same thing in the exact same cadence. And so you got syncopation happening there. And if it was all like low-end, that doof, doof, that would sound super muddy. It'd be gross. It'd be a nightmare to mix on the production side. And so you get an interesting dynamic right there, and even though they're not really building towards anything, at least not in that moment, it's just good to listen to. And then it scales back. So like they do, again, a great job of like showcasing motion and action without stripping away the ability to create a big moment of motion and action here at the very, very end, right? You get a little taste, and that's why that beat drop is a little bit withdrawn back here, because they saved the big one for at the very, very end. And I talk about it all the time. I'm going to say it again because I feel like the praises of the teams that work on these videos, they need saying more often. And it takes a lot of work to combine everything together between the story aspects, the visual aspects, the animation, and then the music to make it all work. There's a gradual progression of musical storytelling through the whole trailer here. And it's just smart. I don't know how else to put it. It's just smart to not play all your cards at the start of the video. They got to save some for later on down here. And so whenever we scooch up and we start getting like the sprawling like panoramic camera views, music opens up.
Combined efforts of the then
We don't have that
Pyro Icon and heroes
hyperactive,
from every tribe to finally
jumpy
repel
beat
the
right
abyss.
there, right? It's very like,
The effects of the invasion lingered
bum,
for hundreds of
bum,
years, only able to be reversed little
bum,
by little.
bum,
Our
bum,
current icon
bum.
achieved an overwhelming victory.
Right?
The result was obvious from the beginning.
And you've got your percussion in there still,
I really want to win this time
giving us a
and
little
become
movement, a little
true
backbone, but
warrior.
like, you know, you got the strings,
Through our long
wind
history of
instruments,
fighting
holding
the
those
Abyss,
long,
we
beautiful,
realized
drawn-out
things aren't
notes.
Quite so simple. The Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the capacity to read the memories of this land. At
Shift
any
changes
given
here.
moment.
You hear those strings walking us down.
Only those who triumph over the abyss earn the right to be revived. Defeat not only means death, but also the destruction of your ancient name.
And all of a sudden,
preventing
those
it from
long,
ever
drawn-out
being
string
inherited
notes
again.
are no longer beautiful, but they're haunting.
Heard something from here, didn't you?
Kinich, what is the meaning of this?
Only one way to awaken you all from
Dun,
your
dun, 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 dun,
More
dun, dun, dun,
sacrifices
dun,
must be
dun,
made.
dun. Another
Why are you
dynamic
trying to make your way
shift.
forward? Why don't you just give up?
You want to know why I won't give up? I should have done.
And what's interesting here is you can hear the strings going dun 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 dun. You got percussion in the background, and rather than syncopating with that and also going like dun 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 like a floor tom or a timpani or something, you just got like a boom, 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 like single or double hits just in there to fill the gap, but not take away from what the strings are doing.
Years ago.
Take me as your next sacrifice.
Oh, I picked a bad time to replay it because it
Natlan
cuts
is
down
on the
immediately.
verge of destruction. It's very
Another
possi-
dynamic shift, and this is where you know, like you kind of get the feeling, like as the vibe shifts and they gradually start building back up, and we have a
Our
change in
nation has
instrumentation, a lot of
less than a year
synthesized
before
sounds
total
here.
devastation.
Once your ancient name disappears, there's no.
You can hear that
coming
in the
back.
background, the piano,
No, why can't
and then
I
the
find
intensity
him?
really ramps up.
Why?
And now we're almost doing the opposite of what it did last time. Last time we had the strings going like bum, 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 and now they're back to just kind of like those longer, more drawn out notes, a little bit of cut off and breaking up there, but now the percussion is picking up the motion and the activity there.
Every great display of power.
And it creates a
comes
really
at a
intense
price.
dynamic, right?
We'll never make it.
That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing.
You can still hear the strings
We shall unite the tribes
dun
and
dun
save
dun dun on the
Natlan
drums
from
in the
its
background, right?
impending doom.
And then
What use is the
And
gnosis
then-
in your hands?
this is my cup of tea.
I don't know what you mean.
Rock and roll,
But
baby.
it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls
It-
to me to create new rules
I know.
for Natlan.
People like us.
I can't interrupt
Do the
this.
talking.
I know, like, the way that I praise Hoyo Mix, it sounds like I'm simping, but there's just, like, there are few people who do it better. Let's be honest. There are few people who do it better. I'm not going to say that they're the greatest video game music company of all time, but they are among the best. And everything they do just kind of hits. And so to go from the dynamic shift you have, like, right up here, strings, intensity, pianos,
No, why can't I find him? Why?
rolling snare drums in the
Every great
background,
display of power
and then
comes
just
at a
go
price.
into straight up rock and roll with the hi-hat count in.
But it sounds like this is about
That's
more than the
crazy.
Tsaritsa.
That's
Your
so
plan has
good.
reached an
That
end.
is so good. Man, what a blast that trailer was. 4 minutes long. I don't know. I can't remember the last time a version trailer was 4 minutes of like actual content and not like a event roundup at the end of the video. There's a lot to take in there. I hope I didn't yap too much. Like I said, this might end up being, it is a longer video. There's just a lot to take in there. A lot of shifts in the music, different dynamics, different instrumentation, and it's a showcase of the music every bit as much as it is a showcase of the visuals, the world, the characters, the animations, and everything like that. And I love seeing the music get this much attention. I think I saw there's a symphony performance, a live performance that happened during the live stream. We definitely need to check that out. I'm very, very excited for the music as a whole in Natlan. If you're excited as well, be sure to subscribe for more. We're going to be breaking down tons of music in Natlan as it comes out, every new update, new areas, new characters, all that good stuff. I'd love to see you hanging around. Join our Discord server. Follow me on Twitter. Links to everything are down below. I'll see you in the next one. Love the games. Love yourself. And I love you. Bye.